Very good morning. Thanks for clicking on to the Tuesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. As expected, we've got a very strong, cold northerly airflow at this time driving south, not over just the UK, but extending into the continent as well. Northern France, the Low Countries, into Germany, we're seeing unseasonably chilly daytime maximums. The strength of the wind factored in makes it feel closer to freezing or slightly below, even during the afternoon hours. Now, I did look at the observation at the Cairngorm, just over 4,000 feet above sea level near Aviemore. That was reporting -6 yesterday, late yesterday afternoon, and the wind chill was -20. So pretty significant for late April. Not unprecedented, but certainly very significant given the fact that the sun angle is of a late August strength at this moment in time. But it is a pretty impressive shot of cold air, I will say that much. We're seeing snow. We're going to continue to see snow showers rattling down from the north over the course of today, packing some hail, sleet, snow, even down to sea level, and also thunder and lightning possibly thrown in for good measure as well. Very unstable atmosphere when you've got temperatures of near -10 at 5,000 feet, and you've got uh, a surface temperature of about 5-6 degrees. You factor that lapse rate, you've got tremendous lift within those showers, and that transfers within those showers when they rattle through your area. That draws the temperature, say 6-7 degrees, maybe even 8 degrees in that sunshine. You feel quite warm in that sun, but as soon as those showers come through, the temperature just drops like a stone because it's forcing the cold air that's suspended aloft down to the surface, and that's why you're seeing snow showers, even though just like a minute ago the temperature was reading 8 degrees and you felt not too bad at all. Just that time of the year when you've got that clash between spring's energy coming down and you've got the winter-like atmosphere above your head. We're going to continue with this northerly icy airflow over the next few days here. We're going to be talking about clear skies over the course of tonight, and I think with snow covered ground over the highlands, we could be talking about -7, -8 Celsius locally. I know in recent times I've been forecasting those kind of numbers and it's not materialised, but we've still got that window there where we could see some particularly chilly nights indeed. But like I say, you only have to go back 35 years. We had major snowfall, many places across the central swathe of the UK seen over a foot of snow, and we also seen temperatures drop to -11 at Dalwhinnie. So we have been colder in the past. We have been warmer as well, of course. But I want to emphasize that this is not unprecedented even by late April standards. If this was in May, yes, it would be, but it isn't for this time of the year. So we'll continue to skip through here and we'll start to see subtle changes. 18Z tomorrow afternoon. Yes, we've still got that northerly airflow, but winds are starting to lighten up, and air temperatures still remaining very chilly indeed. Struggling to really get much above 10 Celsius to the north of, say, Birmingham. Might get low double figures down across the southern tier of the UK. But you notice here that as we start to push into the 18Z Wednesday time frame, we've got this high pressure to the west. Yes, we've got the area of low pressure just to the southeast of Denmark over northern Germany. But you notice here this little kink in the isobars here just south of Iceland. That's indicating low pressure development. And as we skip through, here comes that area of low pressure starting to form. It will push in. This is 12Z Thursday. It will push into the northern half of the UK. And what's interesting about this is although you would on the face of it think this is going to pull in milder air, because it's going to start to shift the winds in from the west rather than the north. This area of low pressure came within that northerly airstream, so it then essentially means we're going to have a lot of cold air still within this system, and that may bring some interesting weather. You notice here that the GFS is trying to bring down some snow rather than rain, really from central parts of England and Wales northwards here. So this is a feature that is worth watching at least. We've got a real fight on our hands at this time of year between the strong sun angle, that sun wanting to warm the lower atmosphere, but when you've got midwinter level cold aloft, you've got that kind of fight going on within the atmosphere here, a seasonal fight. So that system pushes through into the weekend here, and then we start to see the shift, because that feature essentially sets the scene for this next area of low pressure coming in, and then we do start to weaken the cold. Another area of low pressure comes through, we're starting to lift the cold air northwards, and we're going to start to feel that milder air coming in from the Atlantic once again. So we are going to start to see a weakening at least of this chill through the weekend. However, one thing I do want to point out, folks, is I wouldn't be too quick on buying into the idea that this cold spell is completely over with. Yes, it is going to weaken. It will weaken over the coming days here. But what we're going to see is the upcoming 5 days, very, very chilly, very cold, about as cold as you get for late April over the UK and Ireland, Northern Iberia, France, the majority of Central and Western Europe, all under Arctic air. Notice here in the 6 to 10 day period though, that yes, it's weaker cold, but it's still below normal. You notice that? It's not above normal. So I would be cautious into thinking all of a sudden we're going to just warm up and it's going to be summer all of a sudden. I think this pattern is going to weaken. Yes, we're going to feel a lot less cold, but I still think temperatures are going to be suppressed for the time of the year, as given the fact that we're going to be into May by this stage. And I think under clear skies and light winds, we still have that risk of frost in rural areas. Now, in the 11 to 15 day, however, that is when it does change. It looks as if this is frozen, I'm afraid, but we are going to then eventually start to see the warming taking place here. This can't last forever, can it? So it's going to be very interesting to see here. I'm going to also be interested to see whether it's going to allow me to bring up the 11 to 15 day, because it does show warmer than normal. So there is light at the end of the tunnel here, folks. That very chilly tunnel at that. That's it for today. Do check out the written post for more information. Here we go. Exactly what I was hoping for, the 11 to 15. Now the new run of the 11 to 15, if you notice, isn't as warm as what I showed you yesterday. So that's interesting, isn't it? Remember what my ideas are. Going for cooler than normal, I think, over the UK and Western Europe as we push into the month of May here. A lot of interesting things to come. Keep it right here and I'll keep you posted as best I can. Have a great Tuesday. Bye for now.